Hi, folks. This is your Superintendent, Aaron Johnson, here with a little throwback to our reopening reports. It's Friday, September 25th. I just want to give you some quick updates from the week because I know that it was a week full of disruption. So with that, I got a quick slideshow here that I want to put up on my screen. So just give me one quick second here. So, a couple of things I want to say about this week. Number one, just thank you. Thank you to the community, to the students, to the staff. You continue to roll with this. We took on quite a bit of water this week, but we weathered the storm. And again, I think it goes back to that sense of togetherness and, one for all and all for one. And so you saw that in our staff. You saw that in our families. I appreciate your flexibility. Resilience isn't just a word that we throw around. That's something that I can see in each and every one of you. So again, thank you for your trust and commitment in our schools and in our children and in our staff. So with that, a couple of things that you see up on your screen, I just want to talk about regarding this past week. Number one, just around the positive COVID-19 cases that we had. Some pieces reflecting back on that. Number one, the contact tracing with the Monroe County Public Health Department is absolutely reliable, and they do a fantastic job. So kudos to them. What we took away from that was that the precautions that we have in place work. And so when they took a look at that contact tracing, and they noted that at times we have to remind students to put their mask up over their nose and their mouth, they said, you know what, just out of extreme precaution, we are going to quarantine that entire class. So here's just a few reminders. Number one, physical distancing. That works. So in classrooms and to the best of your abilities, when you're not in classrooms, let's keep our physical distance. Number two, when you cannot keep your physical distance, or in addition to your physical distance, as we do in our classrooms, as another added layer of protection, we're going to make sure that we have our mask covering our nose and mouth. So that's very, very important. We can't take masking breaks, but we can only take masking breaks when we have that 6 foot of physical distance, okay? So we got to remind that. Number three, we also use polycarbonate barriers in our classrooms. So some of our classrooms, you see that. You see that in our main offices. You may see that in more places moving forward. What that is, if there's situations when you can't keep that physical distance and you cannot wear a mask, that barrier protects you from those aerosols. Fourth one is elevated PPE. So I know some families that are out there that are really worried. Some of our staff are worried. Just know that you can choose to wear a higher level of PPE, like a N95 face mask or a KN95 face mask. And what that does is that actually protects you from the aerosols from other people versus just preventing your aerosols from going out to others. Another thing I would say that was a takeaway from the situation this week was what we do in school has to carry over outside of school. Okay, so I'm not saying that it did or it didn't, but I'm just saying that what we know is we're really setting some things, putting some things in place here in school that control the environment. Those habits, and I know the parents are working on this, and the students as well, we need to carry those over outside of school with fidelity. Last thing I would add is make sure that we're washing our hands and sanitizing those on a regular basis. If we don't do those things, we're going to be in great shape, thanks to all of our collective effort. Next, I just want to address the K-6 learning models letter that I sent out. The timing was terrible. We had drafted that last week, intended to send that out Monday. Then we had our first positive case. So we held it to Wednesday. Wednesday, we had our second and third positive cases. So the timing was terrible, all right? Just know, families, that we're limited within our financial envelope here. But we're going to do our best to, on a case-by-case basis, work with families if there's an absolute reason why people need to make that move. So we're asking people to hold until the 10-week mark. But if you have a significant circumstance, give our principals, give me a call, and we'll do our best to work through those situations with you, okay? Last, reopening for athletics. Very, very happy that that's going to reopen on Monday. Thank you so much to our coaches, to Ms. Schoen, our athletic director, for her work on that. Excited that we're going to be able to offer all three levels, thanks to the support of our Board of Education and our community. And just know that the masking requirements are going to be in place for our athletes. But for athletes, just know that when it becomes intolerable for you, you can't take a masking break. Again, if you have that 6 foot distance, or if you step away from people, okay? Or if you have some type of performance-induced medical situation and you see your doctor and you have a script, that's another way that we can manage the masking requirements there. But the masking will be in place with those different caveats, because we want to make sure that we're carrying over the precautions that we take from the school day to our extended school activities. But again, we're not going to put anybody in jeopardy. We're going to make sure that we're reasonable, and if people have to step away because it becomes intolerable, take a masking break. We understand that. We want to make sure that they keep their distance and they keep one another safe. That, I just want to say, I'll end on this. We got this, folks. We work together. We continue to just practice these habits with fidelity. We lean on one another for support, and we continue to just take the time to make sure that we're checking in with our own health, mental health, and social emotional wellness. I think we can continue to build on the instructional progress that we've made. So thank you to everybody for the work that you've done. You folks are champions, and I'm very, very proud of you as your superintendent. Thank you.